In this short film, I'm going to show you how to make a lantern for Illuminate to put in your window to light up the night. To make your Illuminate lantern, you will need a clean glass or plastic jam jar, a glue brush, PVA craft glue or a glue stick, a pair of scissors and some small lights to light your lantern, like battery operated fairy lights or a tea light candle. Here's an example of your finished lantern where you've cut out the paper design, attached it to the jam jar and popped your fairy lights inside. So you'll find the design inside the magazine, and what we're going to do is very carefully cut along this top line, cut this design out here. All the stars and the birds and things that are up above, we can save them for later to cut out and decorate. I started off by cutting around it very loosely. I'm going to true Blue Peter style, here we go. So I cut it out roughly up here, and then we start very carefully cutting around the outlines along the top. If you find some bits tricky, like the cutting around the boat, I cut round the outside, but I left a lot of the white bits in the middle to hold it all together so it doesn't fall apart, and that's fine because all these white shapes and all these white patterns, they will glow through on the lantern just as well, so we'll keep all the picture together. So now you've got your design cut out, we're going to stick it to the jam jar. So get your jam jar and then just wrap it around and see how far your design goes, because we'll need to do a bit of trimming. So when you overlap it, you can see that there's a big overlap there and the ship's in the way. So we'll sort that out. What I sometimes do is I'm going to cut the ship off so that we can replace it somewhere else later. I'm going to wrap that round. So I think that's not a bad join. So I'm going to cut this off here, about there. Just check again. That's not too bad. I'm going to get a scrap piece of paper and my glue. I'm going to use PVA. You can use a glue stick, which isn't quite as strong, so you need to put plenty on if you're going to use your glue stick. But I'm going to use a bit of PVA glue. I'm going to just spread it all the way to the edges, particularly the ends where it's going to overlap and along the bottom. And then because it's still wet, there is a little bit of wiggle room with the overlapping bit. Just check it's flat. Stick your overlap down. Oh, I've got a bit of a crinkle. Smooth your crinkles out. If it's really bad, you can lift it off again and just pull it tight. There we go. Overlap it. And there we are. I just need to add my ship back in again. Little bit of glue and find a nice spot on the ocean. There we go. I've got my boat and my townstead, my homestead. So if you want to put any of the little birds or the stars on, you cut them out. Doesn't matter if there's white bits showing, and then just decide where you want to place them and decorate the rest of your jam jar. And then you'll be ready to put your light inside and watch it glow. If you're feeling really creative, you might want to add some colour to your lantern before you put the picture on. So I'm going to show you some examples and some ideas of different ways that you might want to decorate your lantern quite simply. So we have got this lantern here has been decorated with strips of tissue paper. So coloured tissue paper, cut into strips with PVA glue, add a little bit of water in it so it's nice and smooth. Glue it all over before you attach your design on. You could tear your tissue paper into little chunks, into little squares, and decorate it like that. So glue the tissue paper all over your lantern. This one we've used a plain black paper. You could use any paper, like old envelopes, brown envelopes are really nice. Cut out your design, and on this one I cheated a little bit with the stars, and I used a permanent marker pen because they're so small, so you can add some detail with your permanent marker pen to that one. This one's really nice as well. This is using greaseproof paper, baking parchment or tracing paper. It makes really nice designs if you layer it up, so if you cut shapes out and layer them up, gives you a nice background. And the design on this one, I've hand drawn and coloured in, so just normal white paper. Draw your design, colour it in with a marker pen, cut it out like before, and you can add that on. So there's a few ideas to customise your own lanterns and add them all together. When you finish your lantern, we're encouraging everyone to place them in their windows of their homes or their businesses so that the community can come together to celebrate the Illuminate this year, which is the 400th anniversary of the Mayflower's voyage across the Atlantic.